Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Apple price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting on the weekly chart here for the all-time history, we're looking at 1212 and we're looking for a massive wave 3 toward the upside. Of course, as this wave 3 is in the orange scenario where you're looking here for as 1-2, and then you got of course several 1-2s again inside this massive wave. 3, of course, it can be as well, of course, a diagonal here, but higher potential that it is several 1-2s, and that because, of course, the wave 2 here did not overlap, yeah, with the wave 1. It is mandatory that, of course, in a diagonal that the wave 4, of course, interfere with the zone 1, but this did not happen, and that means, of course, you have several 1-2s here, and you're looking at potentially even 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 is an impulse finished as well, which it can be as well a wave 1. However, at the end, it's gonna be, of course, the same scenario unfolding toward the upside, and that because, of course, after having a massive wave 1 here and a wave 2, yes, this is a very shallow wave 2 for it, right? Because if you have finished an impulse here and you're looking for wave 2, this is very shallow regarding, of course, a massive wave 1, and therefore higher possibility goes for several 1-2s. So basically we have 1-2 and then another several 1-2s here, and then you're looking for a massive wave 3, a one single wave towards the upside, which it might of course be finishing still for one more leg. Well, we got of course an invalidation of bullish scenario exactly in the wave 5 here, where we were looking for an impulse, right? We were looking for 1, 2, 3, 4 before invalidation given already since a long time ago. So basically we have hit this invalidation and potentially we're looking still for lower. And that because it has turned the whole structure here that you are looking at into a corrective wave. Meaning it's gonna be 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit potentially the 1.38, 1.618 at $150, $137 for Apple. By all means, I'm gonna delete of course these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are still looking of course for a wave 3 and in a wave 5, but potentially this is gonna be taken of course not yet now until of course we reach at least this price action, and then moving toward the upside for a wave 5 and a wave 3 as well. Basically, right now, this corrective wave has to reach a lower even, of course, after 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're gonna dive inside it to see what do we have, of course. So basically, on the daily chart, we are looking again, of course, at the invalidation of the bullish was taken, meaning there is no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning this has transformed to a simple A, B, and you're looking for a wave C toward the downside. The level has been already given, so we're gonna move directly to the 4-hour chart here. The 4-hour chart, we have of course the following wave C. So yeah, on the 4-hour chart we were expecting a scenario here that this might transform to a wave 1, in case even that you have finished kind of like 3 waves toward the upside here. So finish 3 waves up, you're looking for a wave 1 potentially here as well, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And this of course might lead to the 2.27 even fib level to take the low, yeah, because if you are in an expanding flat here, you would like of course definitely to take the low as a wave C in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, of course, these targets, because of course an overshooting wave B here is huge, and of course obviously it has lead the 1.38 to 1.618 to fail taking the low, right? So basically if you take this expanding flat from the top here and to the low, and it based on the wave B, you get this of course higher than the low, which is not of course a perfect expanding flat, and that because an interruption was given here during this impulse toward the upside, unless this is gonna turn into a W, X, and a Y, but this wave Y is also not finished yet. You still need one more leg to see it finished as of course a WX and a Y. And of course this is a very shallow in comparison with the W. We don't see a match between the W and the Y. Therefore, I still believe something else is unfolding. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper, even in the 2 hours chart here, if we are looking to an impulse, basically the price action has moved toward the upside today. With the market opening, it has invalidated directly a double 1-2. Very interesting. So if you are in a 1-2-3, your wave 4 has invalidated this impulse, meaning of course you're looking for something else exactly here. So basically what we are looking here, potentially you can have the first scenario as an A, B, and a C potentially finished here, and another of course structure might be unfolding here as well after an X here, meaning W, X, and you might have kind of like a zigzag still. So basically it might still bring us to the same scenario at the end, yeah. But the difference is that you might finish in a WX and a Y. It can be a confirmation of a WX and a Y, as we spoke before. So we might have, of course, something like, yeah, it might, of course, confirm that it's going to finish inside this box as a zigzag. Yeah, so as a zigzag, meaning, of course, one more leg for this structure. Now, another correction wave can be, of course, taken in the following, like an A, B, and potentially C, or even bigger W, X, and a Y. But if you compare this structure to this one, definitely they don't work. Much higher potential to see, of course, a nice pattern WXY is the following scenario. Yeah? And an X as a bridge in between. Of course, this would be a perfect pattern as WX and a Y. And yeah, at the end, it brings us, of course, to the same scenario, which it can be an expanding flat, but finishing in a WX and a Y inside this blue zone. Nobody knows. Now, if we dive even much more deeper inside it, we see, of course, this opening was very massive, and we see this gap. Now, it needs anyway to close the previous gap. It has reached only the half of it, by the way. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Now, if you are looking at an impulse here, well, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potentially. Finishing an impulse here because your wave 4 did not interfere with the zone 1, and it looks like basically like an impulse more than a wave B. But nobody knows, it might be, of course, a longer wave B, meaning A, B, and a C to finish a wave B here. So, and then moving toward the downside. Nobody knows with this scenario. Of course, we still need a little bit much more price action for clarity, but definitely we are looking at a lot of volatility today. And it, of course, due to the tension in the global trade war, and of course the earnings of the companies that we might see in this week. So basically, I'm still looking at the end, whatever it's going to happen here or here, meaning if we are getting like this kind of price action to finish a wave B, I'm still looking for a wave C toward the downside. Yeah? To finish a beautiful structure in at least double zigzag with an X in between. Unless, of course, you're looking for something else. If this structure is finished here, if it is finished like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, it can be, guys, it can be, of course, A, B, and a C with a finished structure here, and you're looking for higher. So let's add also this alternative scenario. Always have both scenarios. Let's add this one. Okay, so basically I'm gonna add this the main scenario, yeah, the bearish. Here we go. This is the main scenario as WXY, but you might have, of course, have a bullish scenario, which is, of course, a finished impulse as we mentioned right now. And rather than being an A, B, and a C, which you have potentially 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. As you might see, the wave 2 and this scenario, which is bearish, which it might be, of course, a bigger wave B, both case scenarios need, of course, lower prices. If you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, you need to have a wave 2 towards the downside after 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If you are in A, B, and a C to finish a wave B as a zigzag, impulse, correction, impulse, you still need, of course, a move toward the downside for a wave B. right? So let's watch and see what's gonna happen. Basically, this is what I'm looking for right now for today. Lower prices, and then of course potential move toward the upside in both case scenarios as well. And if you are in 1, 2, 3, you would like to see an overshoot of the 1 to 1 fib level. Of course, target has to be given later on once we finish a wave 2 or a wave B. That was it for Apple. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.